So social media has led traditional media this week from outrage over racist statements to more racist statements to the heat wave and reaction to that AGOA deal that we've been talking about. Well, it's Friday, so we're looking back on the week that was with Neo Motloung from SABC's digital team. Great to have you with us, Neo. So what was dominating, and I presume, unfortunately, it was the racism issue?
It was the racism issue, and it's been trending for the last 7 days.
Sure.
It started with the Pennyspera comment on Facebook. If you look at the map that we have right on our screen right now, you would see she commented about the Durban black people at the beach, compared them to monkeys, and then in South Africa alone, those about 86 people were talking about the topic.
86%.
86%.
Okay,
of
so
South
that's
Africans,
of all social media users.
South Africans who are on social media.
Okay.
If you look at the screen, it had like 6 million impressions, meaning that about 6 million people around the world were discussing and talking with it. That means engaging, sharing the post over and over again.
Okay.
In an hour, the topic had 700 posts, just from 500 users.
Okay. So this is right at the beginning. Then you say it's spread around the world. You explained that to us earlier because South Africa is quite strong on Twitter. So things that trend here, those trends can be picked up by other users around the world, and they start seeing what we're talking about. Move on now, because this has played out for a few days. Just tell us how it's played out.
No, this is 83 South Africans on social media engaging in it. And then we'll see the following country that it went. It went to the US, where it had 7 people. This is 7 people, 7%
Yes.
of the people on social media talking about this topic. And it also went to other countries, like Australia, where 1% of Australians who are on social media are talking about this Pennyspera topic. And then we also had Chris Hart, who also took on to Twitter about since 25 years of... yes.
We all remember the tweet.
We all remember that tweet.
Yes.
And let's look at his impressions. He also had like an interesting number of impressions, about close to 2 million, actually, if you look at it, 1.9 people around the world talking about it. And if you look at the infographic...
So explain impressions, people who retweet, you say, look at the tweet, or do they have to do something with it, basically?
We've got reach. If you look at that, it's 1.7 reach, meaning 1.7 million saw it. And then when we talk about impressions, those are people who not only just saw the tweet, but actually engaged with the tweet, meaning sharing it or sharing it across other platforms on social media. That means they also commented and expressed their
Which is even higher, close to 2 million. So that shows the impact.
Yes, that's the impact of it.
All right. Has this issue, this whole racism issue on social media died down, or is it intensifying? What's the situation?
Looking at stats, the stats
France.
we have, when you look at Chris Hart, since yesterday, the stats are going down. When you're looking at Velaphi Khumalo, the stats are also going down. So meaning that people are cooling down on the issue because now they're moving on to other issues that are more important on social media.
Okay, so Velaphi was the person who said that we would like to cleanse this country of all white people. So just run me through the impact of that.
Okay, cool. Velaphi, those were his impressions. You're going to see something interesting later on. 1.5 million impressions on the topic, 1.1 reach, and it died down on the 8th, but it came back up yesterday, meaning more people are still engaging with the topic. And when you move to other countries,
let's see if we can...
Let's see. 2% of people in Thailand are talking about this.
Wow. That's
it's
really
interesting countries
yeah.
where the South African topics are going, and in America it's 29% of people talking about this. And
so are they talking about this issue or specifically engaging with the South African issue of racism?
They're specifically talking with this issue, what he said, what Velaphi said.
Wow.
Because when you look at other stats, I mean, when when it came to Pennyspirit, it was about 2% people talking about this. And it just shows how much people are engaging with it.
Okay, so Americans are becoming more aware of our issues, those who are on social media. So you said it's basically cooled off. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's cooling off in the past few days. People are not engaging with the topic as much, as actively as they did a day before.
Quickly run us through the other themes for this week, because a lot's been happening.
A lot's been happening this week. Let me just get this. We had the matric results, which had over 7 million impressions online, people talking about it and engaging with
massive.
it. It's a massive number of people on social media talking about it. And then we had the heat wave. I don't understand. Heat wave was around 300,000 people talking about it, and it's been such a topic in South Africa. Then we have the ANC 8 statement. In one day, over 1 million people are talking about it, and not just only in South Africa, but it also it's an international topic.
Okay, so this says two things. The matric results, maybe young people on social media, and the ANC still popular. People still looking at the fortunes of this party. That's so important for our history. Very quickly, first let me just update you. Naspers is saying it's not worried about the arrival of Netflix. Netflix is, of course, the world's biggest video-on-demand service, internet TV provider, allowing subscribers to stream content for a monthly fee. Now, Netflix entered 130 new markets this week, including South Africa. Analysts are saying the content is currently restricted. The South African site still priced in dollars. Netflix will compete with Showmax, launched by Naspers last year, amongst others. Naspers saying that it's good news because there's another player and it will generate additional interest. And it says there's enough demand in this market to accommodate more players. Let me come back to you, Neo. Do you agree that this is a good development for South Africa?
It is a good development for South Africans because, like most South Africans, we spend most of our time at work or we are out, and with Netflix, you can watch a series whenever you come back home. But the issue, it was, in South Africa, it was received with mixed reactions, even though 200,000 people are talking about it, but people are talking about issues of brand worth, internet. We still have those issues in South Africa because you are streaming. It's not like you are sitting at home and watching it on TV, but when it comes to streaming...
You have to pay for the data, basically, no matter how cheap the video on demand is.
That's the truth about it. You're paying for the data, which most companies are offering uncapped Wi-Fi for close to 700, and then you also have to pay 120 for Netflix.
Yes.
Sorry, it's slipping my tongue.
That is the issue. So people are looking at the real costs, and some analysts I know have been negative as well. I guess, will this push the demand for better broadband services, which I guess will help the whole of South Africa? We need sophisticated customers pushing for those services.
Yeah, with the introduction of Netflix in South Africa, it will push for better bandwidth in South Africa. And you have cities around South Africa that are already offering free Wi-Fi. So we are moving in the right direction. So
adding to that tech snowball, which I hope will speed up. Thank you so much for your time. Neo Motloung from SABC's digital division. That's a wrap from Primetime Business.